Self-storage in San Bernardino, California.
Last time you kind of opened up a lot of units that looked like they've been there forever.
You know, the units didn't look that good, and that doesn't mean that there wasn't something in it.
You know, where we're at, this is not really known for the best stuff in the world, you know what I mean?
Well, I looked it up online. This was the intermodal logistics hub right now for
What the hell is an intermodal logistics hub?
a lot of big trucking companies and stuff like that come through.
I don't know what this kid's flapping about, but at least he's trying. We're going to need a transportation hub to get you home. We don't give a good locker out of here.
This particular facility is not in the best neighborhood. I don't expect a lot out there, but if these guys were to go out there and get a reasonable deal, I might lose sleep over that. So I'm going to go entertain myself today and make sure I keep the prices up. The last time we came here, Brandy, we did really good. That might have been one of our biggest scores. We made nearly $7 grand off the bird boxes we found in the unit.
Yes, we are getting better at this, but
There you go.
can't get cocky.
There you go. We're getting better than everybody else.
No, but you can't.
We're getting better than Dave and
Can't
Daryl.
get arrogant. You have to bring yourself back down to earth. Are you kidding me? The cooler's here.
I have my own strategy today, and I can't tell you what's in this cooler. I'm waiting for the perfect locker to unveil my surprise, and I'm sure the crowd is going to eat it up.
Go all the way around, pull up against that wall over there.
Was that Trevin that just showed up?
Yep. I had him meet us out here.
Why? We haven't even bought anything.
We're going to buy it.
Are you that confident?
Yeah, we're going to buy it today.
Jared, that's a lot of money.
We're going to buy it today. We're going to haul it today. We're going to make money today.
That was awfully bold.
Before you go through the gates, you need to know the rules. You're going to go to the door, we're going to open it
In
up.
the background of my video.
Look around, you can't go inside, you can't open any boxes. And whoever's got the most money in their pocket can certainly own it today.
Pretty cool.
Are you ready? Yeah! Let's go, this way!
5x10 here, folks. Nice, clean unit.
It's worth a few bucks. Go through old trunks. We'll see where it goes. It may have to make everybody pay. These tubs, these plastic tubs, may have a good yield, but I just like the fact that it's neat and organized. I think I'm going to have to own this one.
Harry, we can hear you.
Well, it's okay.
So turn your hearing aid down.
I'm jonesing for those tubs. Time to roll out my secret weapon. Anybody in the crowd want a breakfast burrito? That's what's in here. Come on, over here. I'm counting on the barrage of burritos to keep everybody distracted. Coming at you.
They're hot, man.
Yeah, they're hot.
While everybody's blasting on their burritos, there's all kinds of little collectibles.
Let's buy it.
I mean, it said on some fans on there, and then they scribbled it out, so obviously something else is
Let's just buy it. Be quiet.
Looks like a lot of trash.
It could be something good. I think that we definitely have to consider it.
Consider it for cheap.
Maybe 500.
Count it from on.
Where's your trunk unit here, folks?
All right, if you're ready to go, I'm ready to go. Let's start it at 100. One here. 5 why? 500. Yeah. 7 now. 600, 7, 800 now, 90.
There you bid.
I'll just wait for you to stop. I'm done. Here. $1,000. 1,050.
Barry will take it to 11 and stuff.
And you can bet I won't either. 1,050, 11, 1,100 now, 12, 12, yeah. 12, there, 1,250, 1200, 12 and a half, 13, 1350 going once there, 14, 14, 1450, yes, 1550, I am. 1550, 1600, 1650, 1600, 1650, 17, 1650, now 17, 17.
Good line. And I said, you know what? I'll be damned if I'm going to give up. I have not come this
heads out alone into the darkness.
I don't think she was afraid to walk home. We know now she should have been.
It'll be harder to get
Next
past the
morning,
game, but yeah.
two hunters stumble onto her lifeless body.
A case where a female had been
What?
strangled, raped, and then set on fire.
The co-ed
I want to
brutal
spend
murder
time there.
leaves a college town
Sorry.
gripped with fear.
The climate of the university
So I don't want to spend
Students
some
were
time
told
there,
to
lying
stay
down,
together and to
so
not walk
maybe
around
another round.
after dark alone.
And a killer who could be anyone.
Were we dealing with somebody that was from here? Or were they just passing through? And we just didn't know. That's pretty scary.
How well do you know your neighbors? What lies behind the white picket fences? Overlooking the majestic Organ Mountain Range, Las Cruces, New Mexico is a southwestern town rich in cultural diversity, boasting a unique blend of open spaces, friendly neighborhoods, and a bustling downtown area. Not to mention some of the best Mexican food north of the border.
Las Cruces is a very small community. It doesn't take very long to drive from one end of it to the other, and so people there know each other very well, and it's relatively quiet.
Quiet, that is, until you get an average of 25,000 college students starting school every fall. In the heart of Las Cruces, New Mexico State University offers students not only a top-notch education, but their first steps towards adulthood.
New Mexico State University is a good university. More so than just the academics, though. It's a safe university. There's a lot of school pride that comes from that area.
So, when Jan Sepich's eldest daughter, Katie, tells her family she's attending New Mexico State for her undergraduate degree, Jan and her husband couldn't be more pleased. Still, it isn't without mixed emotions.
When Katie went to college, it was very difficult for me. I was excited about the fact that she was starting a new part of her life. But for me, it was very difficult because she was my firstborn, and that meant that our lives were changing.
And change can be hard, especially for a family as tight-knit as the Sepiches.
Katie was very, very loving. She loved it that we were a close family.
And with her family's support behind her, Katie thrives in college life.
Katie loved New Mexico State. She loved the professors. Katie had friends in her classes. She joined a sorority, made a lot of friends in her sorority. Katie just always was making new friends and meeting new people.
And during her senior year, one of those new friends is an attractive biochemistry major named Joe Stoltz.
I think I first heard about Joe very shortly after they started dating. Katie told me that she was pretty crazy about Joe. That she thought he might be the one, that she thought there was definitely a future with him.
After several months of dating, Jan thought that future together might not be too far off either.
Katie showed me this diamond ring that Joe had bought her, and she was very excited about it. And I said, "Oh, Katie, is that some sort of engagement ring?" And she said, "Are you kidding? If I get an engagement ring, it's going to be a lot bigger than this." But she was proud of it.
The future is looking bright for 22-year-old Katie Sepich when she graduates from New Mexico State. And her relationship with Joe continues to blossom.
I think she felt like her life was beginning to take its course, and she was very happy.
But in the summer of 2003, both Katie and Joe's lives are changing. Katie decides to return to New Mexico State for her master's degree, while Joe moves back home to work at the family business.
Joe was living in Gallup and Katie was living in Las Cruces. Katie was kind of sad that he had moved away.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Well, that and romantic rendezvous, which is what is planned Labor Day weekend 2003.
Joe was going to be in Las Cruces that weekend, and she was excited that she could see him.
But this romantic weekend together is about to end in tragedy.
Saturday, August 30th, 2003, is supposed to be a night of fun. Katie and Joe are planning to attend a party that evening after Katie finishes her waitressing shift. Katie's co-worker and friend, Veronica Cordova, is also excited about the big bash.
The day of the party, Katie and I both were working at the evening shift. Went home, got ready, and then we went to a party up in the High Range area.
Like most college festivities, the party rages into the wee hours of the morning.
We were there pretty late, and I had something to do early in the morning, so I called it a night. The last time I saw Katie, she was looking for a purse. She sounded tired, like she just wanted to leave. She was done for the night.
The next day, Jan Sepich gets a call that forever changes her life.
It was about 2:15 and the phone rang, and it was Katie's roommate. She called to see if I had talked to Katie that day, and I said no, and she said, well, we can't find her. And that's when she told me that Katie had walked out of the party the night before.
Both Katie's roommate and her boyfriend Joe, along with most of the partygoers, had all spent the night at the party. So no one realized Katie hadn't come home until the next morning.
And she said, Jan, we've even called all of the hospitals to see maybe if she was there, and she's not.
Within the hour, Katie's roommate and her boyfriend Joe file a missing persons report.
I don't know how to describe this, but I had a feeling in the pit of my stomach. I immediately knew that something was horribly wrong.
Captain Robert Jones with the Doña Ana County Sheriff's Office is getting ready to hang up his badge after 21 years on the force.
I was probably a little over a year from retirement.
He's looking forward to finally having more time to do the things he loves. Not that he doesn't love the job.
My plans for retirement: hunting, fishing, metal detecting. I like to collect antiques, and just spending time with my grandchildren.
But on Sunday, August 31st, when two hunters make a gruesome discovery in a nearby landfill, retirement is the last thing on Jones's mind.
I was told that we had a female body at the old landfill, and there was no identification on the body. It had appeared that she had been there maybe a day or a little bit less than a day.
For the officers on scene, one thing is clear. This Jane Doe didn't die of natural causes.
She was laying face down. She was semi-nude. Her pants had been removed. They were laying between her legs.
It looks like sexual assault. And this young woman fought for her life until the very end.
She had scrape marks where she had been fighting with the person that had killed her. She had wounds on some of her fingers where she had apparently grabbed the individual.
The cause of death appears to be manual strangulation, and officers are pretty sure this is not where the victim died.
There was no indications on the ground around her that the struggle had taken place anywhere in that area. It indicated to us that she had been killed somewhere else.
But it goes beyond just dumping the body at the landfill. There's something else, even more disturbing.
She had some burns on her back and on her arm.
The burns suggest the victim was set on fire after being disposed of.
We felt that a liquid had been poured on her to set her on fire in an attempt to destroy evidence.
Lucky for investigators, this attempt failed.
The fire didn't last very long. It basically burned her back some and her arm, and then went out.
It doesn't take long before the Doña Ana County Sheriff's Office makes a possible connection between the body and Katie Sepich's missing persons report, filed 2 miles away at the Las Cruces Police Department only a few hours earlier.
Katie's father was on his way from Carlsbad, and once he arrived, he reviewed the body and identified Katie.
When Dave got home that night, he told me that when they pulled back that sheet, and he had to look at her face, he said that the pain was so intense that he thought he would not be able to take another breath. No father should ever have to do that. A father should never have to do that.
nightmare has begun, and they won't rest until Katie's killer is brought to justice.
We wanted to know who had done this, who could have done this, and we wanted to stop him from doing it to others.
How do I invite?
The missing person case is now officially a homicide investigation. Police must act fast.
There was an individual that was running loose that had already killed.
How do I invite?
For no reason. And there was a very good possibility that he would do it again.
Las Cruces, New Mexico is a town that boasts an average of 350 days of sunshine a year. Bad weather rarely comes to this college town. But when word begins to spread about the murder of 22-year-old Katie Sepich, it casts a dark cloud of fear over the once bright and sunny town.
In a town like Las Cruces, these kinds of things don't happen often, if at all.
Veteran TV journalist Ben Swan has reported a lot of bad news over the years at the anchor's desk. But nothing like this.
The climate of the university changed.